Okay, we are live. Tuesday market close. Markets in turmoil today. Everything is crashing. Let's pull the charts up. See what is going on today. All right, so Bitcoin looks like we got that final shout. We're a tad bit below 100,000 right now. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me, by the way. Want to make sure. Make sure my video and audio is working. Cool. All right. Looks like we are good. Yeah, the charts are looking rough today, but we got that flush out. I think that 100,000 will probably hold on Bitcoin. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. I was expecting on October 17th that we would hit there, but obviously we didn't get quite all the way down. Finally broke down and below this trend line here yesterday, and so looks like 100,000 is we had a really quick fall there. Gold, we're also back below 4,000. Let's get rid of those volume bars. There we go. Gold, we're also down below 4,000 here. I would not be surprised to see a little bit more volatility. We're just looking at some consolidation with precious metals. S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, not the NASDAQ as much, but the S&P 500, so far we filled this gap. Almost, I guess you could say, if we zoom in here, that probably, I don't know if that counts as a as a gap fill. Probably not. So we probably have a little bit further to go since we have this big down day. We're about half an hour away from the market closing here. This is a very bearish looking candle with a big wick on top. So far, it's looking like it's going to close beneath the open, and then we've got a gap to fill here. So looks like we will probably do that within the next day or two, would be my estimation, especially with the NASDAQ having a little bit further down to go to fill the same gap. We haven't looked at treasuries on these live streams in a while. So it's slightly down just over the last couple of days, but higher over the last couple of weeks. All right. What kind of questions do you guys have? Throw in any questions. Ask me anything. Doesn't have to. It can be about economics or the markets or anything else. We'll be going until the market closes here. I've got a hard cutoff at market close. I've got a meeting. Do I like Pfizer stock after earnings? Let's take a look. This is a dangerous looking chart. If I was forced to buy this without, because I haven't done a whole lot of research into where this company sits right now, like with their fundamentals. I got a pretty good PE ratio right now. That's a lot of bearish momentum. This is just a slight correction from this bear market, and it's so far holding underneath resistance here at like 25. We got some pretty strong resistance there that it's holding underneath. So we're going to need. Where are earnings? Earnings came out this morning on it. Yeah, no, I don't like this then. I thought earnings were coming out today after the close. No, no, earnings already out on this, and it beat expectations, and it failed to get above that support that resistance line, no, I'm staying away from this. I might even, if I was going to make a play on this in any direction, I would definitely be buying some puts or something. Um, when you have something that goes down on good news, it's bad news. All right, let's see here. What's the account is in. Are we back on? Disconnected there for a sec. Are we connected again? Oh, we're back on. The first time I've seen comments coming in saying he's back on. Okay. Nice. All right. Well, we get 10 minutes. Get 10 minutes together. I must have been talking into the void this whole time because it wasn't telling me that my connection was down this whole time. But now it looks like it's back on. So throw some questions in the chat for me, guys. The replay from this should have captured everything that you guys weren't able to connect to this whole time. But throw some questions in the chat for me. I can hopefully answer as many of them as possible in the last 10 minutes here before the market closes. Bitcoin has fully come back down to where I thought it might retest, which is 100,000, bounced off of it. I can show you the chart where I was thinking yesterday that it might fall to if we broke down below that trend line. And so as long as we hold 100,000, then it's a pretty good entry price if you guys are trading it, in my opinion. Let's see. Why doesn't my dad love me? What do you think about PayPal? Do you think it's a good play, trade, or long term? Um, uh, I was trading PayPal. It had a nice pop. Thought it was going to continue, and it completely retraced. I'm not long term like bullish on PayPal. So I think I went long here. Maybe it was no, I think I went long at the beginning of October. Popped, and I thought we were off to the races. Held at support. Popped again. Thought we were off to the races again, and it fell down again. So doesn't look too good from a chart perspective. Anything fundamental could obviously change this. I don't have too many thoughts about the company or the fundamentals. I'm not the biggest fan of this company in terms of like being a customer, like using their product. Um, but anytime you've got a couple pieces of good news that can't get a rally going, it's not the best sign. How much higher can a tech stock like Palantir go? Seems very speculative. My wife left me for the Arby's cashier. Hey man, he's got the meat. I mean, the markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So I personally would never short anything, especially something that continues to go up um, like Palantir. If you are wanting to bet on a correction or a crash to normal valuations, then you would do something where you can actually control your risk, like buying puts, or even better, something like debit spreads. Um, that way you can get in for a better price as well, because nothing goes infinitely in one direction. So you buy what you think it'll go through, you sell what you think it'll go to. Lowers your cost and increases your overall returns on the trade. Just my opinion, not advice. So that would be a way to play something like Palantir, especially because you want to control your risk on something like that, because it can just keep on going. Especially if the Pentagon is just scooping up shares with printed money, which not saying that they do that. All right, let's see here. Any other questions? No, no more. I will not be making any more Arby's comments. It's awesome for covered calls, cash secured puts. Oof. I don't know. Okay, so covered calls and cash secured equity puts on a stock like Palantir. I know it's been a very profitable strategy so far. Here's the risk. Number one, something that is this stretched has the potential to unwind violently. Cash secured equity puts can leave you trapped in a position with massive losses overnight, because it can gap down. Now you're stuck. Um, Covered calls also do not. The reason why you get paid for those is because you are giving somebody else the upside. So the the vast majority of covered call sellers on stocks like Palantir over the last year and a half have not performed as well as just long equity holders because they're giving away that upside and they have to re-enter. Um, so on stocks like that, I actually don't personally prefer the strategy where there's different names for it, but where you enter into shares with cash secured equity puts, then you exit your shares with covered calls. I prefer that more on um, less bubbly stocks, more solid, bigger, more established, like reasonable valuations, that type of thing. All right. Let's see. Are we due for a rebound in real estate, or will the Fed's manipulations keep the long-term rates too high to revive the market? Um, Real estate is driven mostly by demographics because supply is artificially held down by zoning laws and building codes. It's not profitable to build affordable housing because of the law. And so because they cannot do that, the only homes that are being built are, homes that can be built profitably, because nobody's just going to build and lose money on it. Um, so the supply has not been keeping pace with population growth. The population decline from deportations is nowhere near nowhere even close to near what would be necessary to fix that supply demand imbalance. Also, the fact that most of that is multifamily in low income areas, it has very little bearing on single family homes nationwide. So the immigration thing is a non-starter in almost every city across America in terms of housing prices. Um, so then interest rates are the only other thing, and that's one of the reasons why right now the only homes that are selling are new builds, because nobody can afford to sell the home that they live in because everybody's locked into a sub 5% mortgage. So if they were to sell and buy an equal size house, or many times even a smaller house, if you're just to move somewhere, you're paying more for it, and most people cannot afford to because their overall other expenses have gone up so much over the last couple of years since they bought. So most people are right now locked into their homes until interest rates go down. And so that has kept supply really off the market in most places around the nation. Um, so I think over the next year that there is a good chance that we do have interest rates come down meaningfully enough to unlock some supply. Um, but every person who's selling a house is also just going to be going to buy. Um, and so you don't have the you don't have the new building and um, supply demand in ratio right now in order to have enough people sell just to go rent. There's not enough homes available for rent for that to happen. Um, so this sounds like a great time to plug an upcoming appearance on another channel. Hey guys, by the way, in about 1 hour, I'm going to be appearing on, Nobody Special Finance's channel, and we're gonna be, actually, let me know. I don't know actually. Are we doing it live or, are we, recording and you posting it later? Um, Either way, I know we're gonna be doing it in an hour. I just don't know when it's gonna go up on YouTube. But yeah, that'll be a really fun one. We're gonna be talking about all the stuff going on right now. Recording for later. All right. So watch out for that one, guys, on Jack's channel. It's gonna be great. All right, time's up. I really apologize for all my internet issues. Hopefully, you guys can the recording comes through for this. Okay. See you guys next time.